Hello everybody, welcome back to the shop. We're working once again on the John Deere 350B. As you can see, finally got everything all back together on the final drive end of things. Today we're going to be adjusting the steering clutches and brakes. The first step to that is just taking off the covers. You take off the seat and there's a cover there that you take off and a cover over there that you take off, and the associated gaskets. Mine had been taken apart before. There were no gaskets, so I have pre-made some for when I put it back together. I have an inner tube from a tractor tire that has been providing plenty of gaskets for me, so I cut some. Now here's the manual. If you don't have the manual, I'll just kind of scan through it, and then you can read this on your own. If you feel so inclined, just pause the video. Alright, so the first step is to loosen some screws. There's that brake adjusting screw and lock nut. Loosen the lock nut and back the screw all the way out, and then back off or loosen the clutch lock nut screw there, and then there's a ball joint there. You pull back that sleeve and then you can pop the ball joint off. So now that the clutch ball joint linkage rod there is disconnected, we can adjust the free travel of the clutch lever. So measuring from the handle to the dash, you want to block up the lever as it says in the manual. 1 to 1.5 inches for manual steering, or 1.5 to 2 inches for power steering. This machine has power steering, as evidenced by the steering power cylinders on the rods there, the steering clutch rods. So just measured like this. It was with the steering clutch ear there directly against the stop that is below it. You can't see it, it's behind this lever right over there. With this ear directly on the stop, this dimension from here to here was 4 inches. Now you want to wedge something in there like that wrench so that the dimension is 1.5 to 2 inches greater than that. So my initial measurement was 4 inches. We're at about 5 3/4 inches right now, which is right in between the John Deere spec of 1.5 and 2 inches of free travel. Okay, so now we adjust this steering clutch ball joint rod here. Now I'm sorry I can't get a better angle. I'm kind of limited with what I have to attach the camera to. But see this ball joint there? That's attached to a rod right under here, and this activates the clutch fork that pushes on the throwout bearing. Now I'm going to pry against. There's a right here. My screwdriver tip is hitting it. You can't see it on camera. There's a little bolt sticking out. It's a good point to pry from, and if I pry it, you see I can move that ball joint. Now there's a return spring that's returning it, but if you push a little bit harder, you'll feel a click and hear a click when the clutch fork touches the throwout bearing. Hopefully you can hear that. So you want to move it just so it touches the throwout bearing and hold it there. Then with your other hand, you take the ball joint and you screw it in or out so that the ball joint socket matches up perfectly with the ball. The way I did that, I screwed it in or out until it looked good, just holding it together or holding it next to it like this. And then you can't really see my hands in the way, but I pulled this sleeve back against that spring and I pushed it down onto the ball as if I was trying to put the socket together. And if it didn't go, I would release my screwdriver a little bit and play with it, and say if I released it a little bit and then that ball joint clicked down, that would mean I hadn't screwed this out far enough. So you screw it out a little bit more, and then try it again. And if you can't get it to click on at all, that means you have this screwed out too far and you want to screw it in. Then once you get the adjustment just right, so that with this throwout arm pushed up against the throwout bearing, you get it so that this will click right onto the ball nice and easily with no forcing when you're pulling that sleeve back. Now the next step is to adjust the brake band. Now it's important to note that this adjustment is still done with your little wedge between the steering lever stop and the ear on the steering lever. First, this big bolt here, it's a 3/4 inch head. Turn that in clockwise until it gets snug. Snug is all I can say because that's what the manual says. And you got to note on, see this washer there? See if I can get a better view of it. See how it's kind of like scalloped there? That washer has a groove on it so that when it's rotated properly, it seats and detents on that shaft. So that prevents the screw from adjusting in or out on its own. So you turn this adjusting screw in clockwise until it gets snug, and then you stop at a point where you're up out of the detent. See, the low spot is here and the high spot of the detent is on that round shaft. Now at this point you screw this adjustment screw back in until it just contacts the brake activation arm right there. Then from that point, just finger tight. It helps to take this screw all the way out and make sure everything's clean and moves freely, so you know it's actually contacting it and you're not just hitting a sticky part of the threads. This side is the side I just took all apart, so I know I took everything apart. I know everything is free, everything is greased, everything is anti-seized. But for the other side, when I do that, it'll be a little stiffer and rustier, so I want to make sure that the adjustment is correct. So anyway, once it just contacts, you want to back this screw off 2 full turns and then lock the lock nut. And then once you've done that, you back this screw off a 1/4 turn so it detents into that groove and locks everything into place. Now the last step is to adjust the brake pedal linkage. So the first thing to do in this process or procedure is remove the pin and cotter pin on both sides, the left and right side. This is the left side brake rod and yoke here, so I took that pin out. And here we are on the right side. I also took this pin out. Now you want to lock the brake pedal forward 1 inch from its measured from its fully out position, so 1 inch down. And if your parking brake ratchet is in a good working order, that ought to work pretty well. I put it on the first notch and it's like 7/8 of an inch down or so, so I think that's good enough. And then take this rod, your right brake rod, and if you move it gently by hand, you can feel it just gently stops when you pull it forward. That's because that slotted, well, on the other end of the rod in the clutch housing, that slot is bottoming out against the pin that is in the slot. So you pull it till it stops, you pull it forward till it stops, then you turn this yoke in or out until it reaches a point where when you drop it down, the pin will just slide through that hole there. Unfortunately for me, I can't adjust this quite right because in the past this threaded part must have broken off, so somebody welded a bolt onto the rod there, so I'm lacking my last 1/8 inch of adjustment that I need. So what can you do? It's as good as it's going to get. Maybe one day if I ever do the other side when it has a fresh brake brand, that'll hopefully help out. But anyway, so you adjust this until the pin just barely slides through and put the pin through. Then the last step is to go over to the left side and do pretty much the same procedure. You keep the brake pedal in the 1-inch depressed position, and then with the pin out, of course you loosen the lock nut, and you turn this yoke in or out until the point where, when you have this rod pulled gently forward against that stop, you adjust it to the point where the pin will just slide through these holes in the yoke. But then, the one thing that's different is that after this, after you reach this point, you turn in the yoke one additional half turn and then install the pin. And according to the manual, that the purpose of that is just to provide tension against the brake pedal. Now, that really about covers it. Aside from just installing the gaskets and the top cover plates onto the housings there, that's it. So I think I'm pretty much ready to go. So once again, hope this video helps out some of you guys out there with John Deere 350s where you want to adjust the clutches and brakes. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you want to keep up to date with more videos about repairing this machine and others like it. Down below there's a Patreon account and a email address that you can donate through PayPal if you feel so inclined, if you enjoy these videos, if you like living vicariously through these videos, or whatever your reason may be. I would appreciate a couple bucks in the hat to keep the gears turning. But either way, I enjoy making these videos and I'm glad that you enjoy watching them, so thanks for watching, and make sure to leave a comment if you feel so inclined, and come on back for more.